Hello Russell fam, today is Saturday. You know what that means. We are going to be on the grill. Today we are doing some barbecue chicken. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's going to be cheap and it's going to be awesome. Stay tuned. Alright Russell fam, as promised we're going to do some barbecue chicken. Today is Saturday, my favorite day. You know, you've heard me talk a lot about the slow and sear on the Weber kettle grill, but I've never actually showed you how to get it started. I've got some lump charcoal in here, and I've got some, since we're doing chicken, I like pecan, it's a little milder. I've got some wood in there. Don't need near that much, but I was running low in the bag, so I just went ahead, hey, I'm going to use it up. But the way I'm going to start it is I've got my chimney over here, and I don't know if you guys and gals have noticed, but if you turn that chimney upside down, you have a shallow dish right here where you can do just a few coals. So now I've got these coals ready, and I'm fixing to dump it over in this corner, and that's going to get all this other stuff going. I've already got my water in the pan. Now I'm fixing to take my temperature probe, and I'm going to clip it right here. I'm going to turn on the electronics. And I'm going to monitor this, and when we get it a steady 275, I'm going to come out and brush the grate off, and we're going to start cooking some chicken. But in the meantime, I'm fixing to go in and show you how to season it up. So check back. Alright, we are back. We are fixing to season up this chicken. I've got it laid out here, and I have made up some rub, and Becky is going to have a recipe for this. It's basically salt, pepper, garlic. We got some ginger powder, black pepper, brown sugar, some white sugar, and a couple other things she'll show you, but there's no MSG in this right here. So we're fixing to season up this chicken, and we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to do both sides, and we're going to go pretty liberal with this, because it's going to be good. I promise you. I feel like I'm being watched. It's Project Zorgo has shown up. Everybody shows up for the grilled chicken.
This meal is very delicious. Am I invited?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody's invited to this. Now guys, I can't promise you you're going to win barbecue competitions with this, but I can promise you, you will impress some buddies. So I'm just going to push that down, not really rub it, just kind of get it. Then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And once I get done with this, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my mop sauce. And then after we get done mopping on the grill, I'm going to show you a glaze that is just really good. So I'm going to try to stretch this skin. I want to get as much skin covered as I can. And we're going to cook these at 275. And the reason for that is I want to crisp the skin up, because there's nothing worse than biting into a piece of grilled chicken and the skin hitting you in the eyebrow. So I want it crisp. When you bite through it, it comes off. It's going to be good. We'll just get it covered good. We got a lot of help here today. We got Project Zorgo. Sissy is over there watching. Buddy's probably under the table, and I'm sure he's got a good spot. Alright, we are seasoned up. Now let's talk about this mop sauce, what we've done. And the amounts that I'm going to give you, I've still got a lot in a mason jar in the refrigerator. I just didn't want to waste it. If I need more, I'll pour more and get it. But what I started with was just 16 ounces of water and a half a bottle of Italian dressing. Shake it up good. You want it good and all your stuff in there. And I took just 4 ounces of my favorite barbecue sauce, and you can pick yours. And then I put 1/4 of a cup of this rub that you'll have the recipe for. And then 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and then just whisk it up. And then we're going to use a mop like this, and I'll show you how to use that later. So we're going to let these sit a minute. When we get up to 275 on the temp, we'll put them on, and hey, we're going to have some fun, guys. It's Saturday, and we're going to do some eating. Alright, I've put the lid on I forgot to tell y'all that when I left, but I've opened this top vent wide open and the bottom vent wide open. I'm trying to get up to heat. Where I want to get to is 275, and just I've cooked with this grill so much, I know when I get to about 250 I can choke this down about halfway, but that's going to take some practice with you and your grill. But I know I'm over 200 now, so I'm fixing to clean the grate, and we're getting ready to put some chicken on here shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at temperature, and we are fixing to put the chicken on the grill. Now, we had talked about temperatures of 275 to crisp the skin, and it doesn't matter if you've got a $2,000 stick burner or if you've got a $99 Weber kettle grill. Thermodynamics is static, so if you can hold these temperatures, you will get the same results. You'll just be able to get more on than I will. So we're going to lay this on here, and I know this looks close to the fire, but I've got this, when I use this slow and sear, I've got this vapor barrier right here with the water, so it creates a steam barrier that will not let that meat burn. So if you have not seen a slow and sear, you should go look at Adrenaline Barbecue and check one out for yourself. And babe, we may not have space for that other one. I think we are full. That's a lot of chicken on a kettle grill. I got to get a little space between it for the smoke. Let's see, I think we can get it. And guys, I'm going to come back in about a half hour when I start mopping, and I'm going to show you how I do it. And when that mop sauce that I showed you earlier, man, I'm telling you, you could drink that stuff out of a cup. I can't get that one on, baby. Maybe throw that other one in the oven. So I'm going to put the lid back on. We're going to stay at 275, and I'll be back in a half hour and mop, and I'll show you that. All right, we are back. It has been about 30 minutes, and the chicken is looking good. So now we're fixing to mop it. This is a mop sauce I talked to you about earlier. Now we're not going to sit here and just whack it back and forth like a paintbrush. What we want to do is just soak this mop really good, and we just want to let it just dangle over it, all over it. Keep it wet, and that's the key. And we're going, like I told you, this recipe makes up a lot. I've saved some in the jar so I don't waste any, so we'll come back with it. Then I'm going to come back in another 30 minutes, and we're still at 275. That's the key. And 30 minutes, we're going to flip them, and we're going to do this same mop again in 30 minutes. So we'll come back and we'll see how they look. But so far, so good. Hey, check back in a minute. All right, Russell fam, it's been another 30 minutes. We're fixing to turn these over. Then we are going to mop the back side. Boy, these are looking good.
Woo. A lot of smoke going on in there.
Smoky. All right, let me mop the back side. Like we did earlier, we're not painting it. We're just dabbing.
Got so much smoke coming out of it, you can't see.
That is one smoky Weber. All right, we're finna put some smoke on this side, folks. Let me move this one over just a hair. There we go. All right, we're gonna stay back at 275. All right, it's been another 30 minutes. We're fixing to give this back side a second glaze, or second mop, shall I say. So we're finna hit them up here. Boy, these are looking good. Now our next step, we're fixing to start glazing them, and I'm going to show you how to make the glaze here shortly. Let me just finish up this and keep them good and wet, and boy, these are going to be good. All right, check back, folks. You're going to enjoy these. All right, we're getting ready to make the glaze. We have been on, what, about a couple hours? We've been mopping every 30 minutes or so. So What I have here is I have some Heath Riles tangy vinegar barbecue sauce. And I have some Heath Riles sweet barbecue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go equal parts. I've got, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces of chicken out there. So we're going to start with 3 of these and 3 of the other sauce. And if I need more, I can always make more, but I don't want to waste it. All right, so there's 1. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to glaze each side of it probably for about the next hour. 30 minutes on each side. Then I'm going to check temps. And then we are going to have some good chicken, folks. I'm telling you, if you will follow this recipe, I don't care what kind of cooker you got. If you follow these temps, it's going to be good.
And you see that the vinegar base is a
lot thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just let me brush this out. All right, so we're just gonna stir this, and that vinegar base kind of thins it out, and man, it gives it that tang, and whew, I'm telling you, I wish y'all were here. Hey, check back. We'll be back in a few minutes. First of all, on this video with this barbecue chicken, I would like to thank my mentor, Malcolm Reed. He's a local boy here in Mississippi. I use a lot of his products. Now, the rubs and stuff you've seen today has my own take on it. Some of the other stuff has my own take, but I basically got this thing from him. So go check out Malcolm's site and Heath Riles. These guys are the kings. I'm just a backyard guy teaching you how to have some fun to impress your friends. So come on back and we're going to eat some chicken. All right, Russell fam, these are starting to look really good. Now it's time to start glazing. Man, those look good. I'm finna flip them over. Oh yeah. Now we're fixing to put some glaze and some good taste on them. Look at that, boy. That looks tasty. Still juicy.
smells so good.
Man, wish y'all were here. Man, so I'm gonna put my tongs down and get my you saw us make the glaze here earlier, so we're just gonna, like I say, we're not painting a portrait, we're just loading it up. We're gonna do this to a couple sides and let this caramelize. Let me fix that skin back over. Now you don't want to leave this on too long at these heats, because if it burns, it is not going to taste good. But you see how shiny and slick that looks? That's what we want to keep. So I've choked the heat down a little bit now, below 275. Man, these things are shiny and pretty. We still got a little smoke in the background. Then we're going to come back in about 10 minutes and we're going to do this to the other side. Then we're going to plate it. I'm going to see if anybody wants to eat it. What do y'all think? Would y'all eat this if it was on a plate in front of you?
Yes.
All right, so, boy, look how slick that looks. Ooh, man. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, folks, it's been about another 15 minutes. Would you just look at that shine? This is our final flipping glaze. And then we're going to take these off and eat them. Where are my tongs, babe? We are so sorry to abruptly interrupt that video for the tongs, but now we're going to flip them, and man, look at that shine. I don't know if y'all eat this, but I think my family will eat it.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna eat that.
Give them a flip, give them another shine. I would like that to be caramelized a little more, but I want to keep it shiny. Got what's left of the old sauce here. Thanks to Heath Riles and Malcolm Reed that taught me this technique. I think those guys have forgotten more about how to barbecue than I'll ever learn. But I tell you what, I have impressed some backyard buddies with the things I've learned from those guys. Man, just look at that. We got it off the heat. We still got a little smoke going. We had just enough sauce. All right, we're going to let that shine over about 10 more minutes, and folks, we finna take them off. So we'll show you when we get done. Come back soon. All right, it's been another 10 minutes of glazing. Let's see what our temps are. I got a feeling we're going to be close. What do you think, babe?
Oh yeah, I think it'll be.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Oh, those look really good.
All right, we need at least 170. Feels like butter going in. We're not quite there. We're going to give it another minute. I mean, we could eat it, but we want it to come off the bone pretty easy. And we're running pretty consistent with the mid 160s. We're going to give it 10 more minutes, guys. All right, Russell fam, these are at 172, and we could go 3 more degrees, but we're going to consider them done. We're going to let them rest, but just look at that sheen, how shiny it is, where it looks like polyurethane. Man, I think those are awesome. You want me to hold that, baby?
Yeah.
It's going to get heavy. Man, these look good. We're going to let them rest for probably a half hour or so. My general rule is 20 minutes, but
Here's another plate.
these are pretty thick, so we may let them go a half hour. But I assure you, these will be good.
Oh, they are so juicy.
I mean, the juice is running clear. They're shiny like a countertop. So I think we're going to be okay, babe. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna have any trouble eating them.
All right.
All right,
Check back. We'll cut into them later. We're fixing to eat it, so let's cut in and see what it looks like. It is done through and through. Let's eat.
That looks good. All right, Russell fam. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to smash that like button and to subscribe.
And don't forget to get off there and go outside and have some fun. Bye!